This video will help you to understand what creative writing is, the strategies used in creative writing, and how to teach creative writing.
Creative writing is actually not handwriting. That is getting the learner to get whatever he has in mind, his thoughts, put them on paper. That's being creative, not copying from the teacher or from a friend. The process of creative writing is actually the same in home language and in IFAL. The only difference is that in IFAL, less time is allocated and they don't do all the steps, and the tasks thereof are a bit easier than those of home language. The tasks are simpler in IFAL because the vocabulary in IFAL is much less than that of home language in the case of the smaller ones.
The same strategies are used whenever creative writing is done. The use of the same routine and strategies make learners feel more secure and confident as they learn to write. The teacher models the task first. Writers think before they write. Writers turn and talk. Writers count the words in each sentence and draw lines. Writers use resources to write words. Writers say the words slowly, like a tortoise, and write the sounds they hear. Writers read what they have written, and teachers hold mini conferences.
Today we are going to do writing. So what are we going to write about? Let us think about any place that you have been. So our writing frame for today is one time I went to. We are going to think of the places where we have been. When I was there, one time I went to. When I was there, so I have to think. Yeah, I remember. I visit my grandmother in Nelspruit. That is what I'm going to write about. I'm going to write about one time I went to visit my grandmother in Nelspruit. That is what I'm going to write about. Now I'm going to draw me going to Nelspruit to visit my grandmother. This is the picture of me going to Nelspruit. So I have to draw the line before I write me. This is me. Where am I going to? I am going to visit my grandmother in Nelspruit. This is my grandmother. So I have to write grandmother. It's grandmother.
The teacher models the task first.
Here is the picture of me and my grandmother. So now I'm going to write the sentence. Let us count the number of words that we are going to write because we must know exactly what we are going to write. One time I went.
Writers count the words in each sentence.
How many words am I going to write? 10. Yes, 10 lines. Now we are going to draw the lines for each and every word. One time.
Writers draw the lines for each word in the sentence.
Then I put a full stop at the end. Now we are going to help me write the sentence. Remember that at the beginning of a sentence, we write a capital letter. Now let us begin writing. One.
Now the teacher illustrates how each word is written on a separate line.
Here is the capital letter for Nelspruit. Good. Now we have to read our sentence because writers read what they write. Let us read the sentence. One time.
Writers read what they have written.
In Nelspruit. Good. So when I was there, I saw a soccer stadium. Here is my stadium. I'm going to write the name soccer stadium. Let me draw the line first. Soccer stadium. Help me to write soccer stadium. Yes, soccer stadium. So, now let us write the sentence. Let us count the number of words that I'm going to write.
Writers count the number of words in the sentence and draw a line for each word.
And I put a full stop here. Let us read the sentence again. When I was there, we put a comma here. When I was there, I saw a soccer stadium. Now help me to write the sentence. Remember to begin with the capital letter always at the beginning. It's when.
The writers use the frame to complete the sentence.
Stadium. You must remember to read what you write. One time
Writers read what they have written.
I saw a soccer stadium. Good. Now, I want you to think of any place where you have been. We are going to write about it. Now, think. You close your eyes and think.
Writers think before they write.
Okay, it's okay. Open your eyes. Now, turn and talk to your friend. You tell your friend, where have you been?
Give learners 2 to 3 minutes to turn and talk about their ideas.
Okay, it's okay. You turn, you change tense. It's okay. I want to hear from you now. One time I went to tell me that one time I went to, when I was there, I saw, yes, wait too.
One time I went to visit my grandmother at Magoke.
Good.
When I was there, I saw many people.
That's my boy. That is what we are going to write and draw. Another one. Hey, Siavuya, where have you been?
One time I went to Kruger National Park. When I was there, I saw lots of animals.
Take 5, my girl. When you are writing Siavuya, you are going to write about you visiting Kruger National Park and the lots of animals that you saw in Kruger National Park. So now we are going to do our own work in your books. Okay, now I want you to open your books. Remember, you think before you write, then you count the number of words that you are going to write. You must draw the lines for each and every word. After that, then you write what you think. If you don't know the spelling, you must look at the wall to see the words that you didn't know how to write. If you find the word, you write it. If you don't find the word, you sound the word slowly like a tortoise and write what you are sounding.
Teachers hold mini conferences.
The teachers normally think that writing strategy is very difficult, but then once they get in touch with the strategies and understand and apply them, it becomes so very easy. I'll go through the strategies with you. The teacher models the writing. When the teacher does that, it becomes easy for the learner because the learner knows exactly what is expected of them. Number 2, writers think before they write. Learners know that they must think because they need to be independent. They need to be creative in their writing. Therefore, they don't copy from a teacher, they don't copy from friends. Number 3, writers turn and talk. Now, doing that, they verbalize what they're supposed to write. And it's easier if they do that because they know exactly what they're going to write about. Writers draw lines before they write. The reason for that is that learners must know how many lines they have to draw based on the number of words that they have to write. And also, the length of the line must almost be equal to the length of the word that they're going to write. And as they draw lines, they also attend to punctuation. They also attend to using the capital letter at the beginning of the sentence or where they have to write the name of a person. Even the slowest of learners, they have something to do. At least they start somewhere, they draw lines. By so doing, it encourages them to start writing or to write something on those lines. Learners use resources and their minds. The teacher has to teach the learners to use the walls if they struggle with a word. And if they cannot find the word on the walls, they have to sound them out. They have to use their phonic experience to say, we need to sound out the words slowly like a tortoise. And if they can put the sounds together, they can build a word. If they can put words together, they can build a sentence. And a sentence will give us a paragraph. Writers read what they have written. That's part of editing. They have to learn to read, to rectify their mistakes, back to the issue of capital letters, back to the issue of punctuation. It has to be done and they must get used to that. The teacher holds mini conferences. As the children are writing, the teacher must walk around the class to try and help the learners about the things that he did when she did their modeling.
You see, it told the learn before we were putting.
At the start of grade 1, the tasks and expectations of learners are very simple, and extra support is provided in the form of drawings, labels, and writing frames. Some of these strategies are also used in grade 2 and 3 for EFL. Watch as the teacher conducts a home language writing lesson with her grade 1 class. Again, see how she uses the strategies, including drawing, labels, and writing frame. First, she models a task for learners.
Acabangisise ukuthi yini lele kayobhala ngayo. Indaba yami ithi kunasithathe wethu lo sesibhedlela uthole luswane futhi ngiye esibhedlela ngiyobabona dzadze kanye neluswane lwakhe. Nangifikele esibhedlela ngidala ukona lo luswane. Naleli flame lami leliyongisita kubhala indzaba yami. Njengembhali, umbhali uyafunza la abhale khona. Ngiyanifunzela abantu abami. Ithi indzaba yami ithi. Njengembhali ke ngishilo ukuthi kufuna kube nemidwebo.
The teacher models the task first.
Ngimi lo. Nikhona luswane latsatse wethu lelisonge ngengubo lepinki. Utsatse wethu lo. Mphethe wakhe lo. Tsatse uhleti emphetheni wakhe esibhedlela. Manje ke umbhali ungeta emagama emdwebeni wakhe. Ligama lengawulibhala. Mine ngiyabala ukuthi linamangaki lamagama lento wabhala. Mine ngisiteni sibale mine lo luswane lwadzadze njengembhali ngiyadweba ke njengeluswane. Kufuna manje bangani ngicabange umusho wami lotawukhuluma kahle lendzaba. indzaba yami ithi ngagona luswane. Ngembi kokuthi ngiubhale lo musho wami, funa ngibhale ukuthi mangake amagama lengidawadzinga. Funa ningisite sibale lamagama. Asambeni kanye kanye indzaba yami.
Writers count the number of words in the sentence and draw a line for each word.
Luswane. Ngci. Sambeni indzaba. Siyabhala sambeni sibhale nami.
The writers use the frame to complete the sentence.
Sesinaye ngci wethu. Angithi? Manje ke njengebabhali siphinde sifunze la sibhale khona. Na usesibhalile thina babhali. Asifunzeni ke indzaba yami.
Writers read what they have written.
Khona luswane. Yabonga ke manje kutaba sikhathi senu sokubhala tindzaba tenu. Yes. Ngiyasula ke ngoba lena indzaba yabani? Yami. Manje ke kusokubhala nini? Ngini lenta ucabanga. Umuntu locabanga ngishilo uvala emehlo akhe acabange sheshe yabuya yonke imicabango. Asivale nemehlo ethu ngilona lo wacabange.
Writers think before they write.
Cabanga sesicabangile kulona lo unendzaba yakhe lasayicabangile. Angithi? Manje ke lenzaba yakho mina ngifuna uyicocele umngani wakho ukuthi wena ucabangeni. Sicatshela umngani wakho ke.
Give learners 2 to 3 minutes to turn and talk about their ideas.
Tinganye 35. Ngiyabonga ke sesimtshelile umngani wakho. Angithi? Ngicela ke manje nitshele mine. Ungitshela nje indzatshana yakho lelo wena uyicabangile. Yabo sesi Innocentia.
Indzaba yami ithi ngithande sesi abuya esikolweni.
Leyo ndzaba yakho Innocentia is high five. Wena uyobhala ngayo ngithande sesi abuya esikolweni. Prosper. Baba, indzaba yababe ayothenga iBM uleyo yobhala ngayo mfana wami. Ngiyabonga lele tinye sengidayifunza la nibhale khona. Konke lelo sikhulume ngako lendzaba yakho longicocele yona ngiyo lo yobhala ngayo la encwadzini yakho. Uyavula libhuku lakho lapha ku lihlobe khona lingakasebenzi ngilona lo akavule libhuku lakhe. Manje siyobhala indzaba yakho. Angithi uyobhala indzaba yakho uma kungendeka ligama awukhona ukulibhala lifune la elibonzeni. Uma nakhona uthi uyalifuna ungalitholi lisho usho umsindo walo ulifune nangabe uthi kukhona so uyasho ubhale lokho lokuvile lapha encwadzini yakho. Umbhali uyadweba sithombe sakhe lesitamsita ekuchazeni indzaba yakhe.
Next, the learners complete the writing task.
Bantu bami sesicedzile ukubhala indzaba yethu. Njengoba sesicedzile utawutshela umngani wakho abuke afunze indzaba yakho nawe uyifunze. Asene njalo ke niyanjinjana tinqwasi tenu lo ufunza yakho nalo ufunza yakho. Tinganye 35.
Call 2 children up to share their writing.
Funza sesi mbhali lomusha.
Indzaba yami ithi sesi ugijimisa emavila.
Yes, high five. Kuhle. Ngihlala phansi. Asibe yazokuhle manje indzaba asifunzela yona.
Indzaba yami ithi babe ungipha imali.
Yamlengane. Yo, tell mama Yudweni, so ungadlala phansi.
At the start of grade 1, they only do pictures, but with time, they do pictures and labels. Drawing pictures is part of the writing process because that is what the learner gets from her thought, from her mind to put it on paper. So it is part of writing. Allowing learners to create their own spelling cannot be a bad habit because in creative writing, we're looking at creativity, what the learner can get out of his head and put it on paper. As the teacher is working around in many conferences, she's able to rectify those mistakes. So the learner will not have a problem when he's not spelling it correctly because they will understand that it's okay to make mistakes.
Remember the following points about teaching learners creative writing. Model the writing task for learners first. Use strategies and writing frames to support learners as they learn to write. Learners must write their own thoughts and ideas. They must not copy the teacher's writing. Make writing a positive experience and build your learners' confidence.